Well, it's that exciting time of year when the kids go back to school, and getting ready for that first day, it can be tough. I mean, on one hand, they're so excited, ready to see their friends again.
That's right, but some may be feeling anxious about heading back. Here to talk about it with us is Dr. Leslie Taylor, a child psychologist with UTHealth Houston. Dr. Taylor, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Well, listen, with all that's going on in the world these days, what tips do you have for parents to help them prepare their kids for the upcoming school year?
Sure. One of the biggest ones is helping to reset any sleep schedules that may have reversed over the course of the summer. So making sure that kiddos are slowly moving their bedtimes to a more reasonable one, one that more closely resembles the one they'll have during the school year, so they're up and ready. Getting sleep can really help with any anxiety levels. We know elementary age kiddos need about 10 to 11 per night of hours of sleep, and teens usually about 9 hours per night.
What do you think are some of the typical reasons kids feel that anxiety? Is it just the newness of the school year, or what is it typically?
Yeah, absolutely. I think especially starting a new school, if you're transitioning from elementary to middle or middle to high school, I think there can be a lot of anxiety about that, what it'll be like. So it can be really helpful for parents to start practicing with their children or teens what drop-off schedules look like, who's going to take them to school, and then practicing that before school starts. So they can walk the campus, they can walk the halls, maybe meet some of their teachers. And if they're concerned about who they know at the school, being able to, maybe meet up with any friends of friends, people they may not be very close with yet, but people that are going to the school so they'll have more familiar faces.
And Doctor, tragically, we just all witnessed what happened at Robb Elementary School back in May. That tragedy there, 19 children killed. A lot of kids may be having some apprehension or some difficulty comprehending that even. How do parents initiate that kind of tough conversation with their kids?
Definitely. And it's a conversation that is important and needs to be had. So it can be really helpful just to start by asking what their children know about what happened. They may not be comfortable initiating that conversation. Children may not be comfortable initiating that conversation with their parents. So if parents start the conversation, it can be very helpful, and it can help clear up any misinformation that might be out there. Parents can also talk to the schools about what lockdown drills might look like there. And also when they're going to be scheduled. And so talking to kids about this in advance can really ease any anxiety there is. And presenting it to them as, this is practice, just like a fire drill. This is another drill we do at school to help you stay safe.
And what about the age of the child with regard to these conversations? I mean, it seems obvious to me, right? A high schooler you might have an easier time talking to than an elementary schooler. But what about age with regard to these deep, difficult conversations?
Yeah, so there are some guides online you can use. The National Association of School Psychologists has one. But basically what you want to make sure that you're doing with younger kiddos is speaking in very concrete terms and speak with them in very calmly, that there was something that happened at a school where kids weren't safe and they got hurt. And so we're going to try very hard to keep you safe when you're at school. And this is one of the things that we're going to do to help you stay safe.
And Doctor, other than them telling you, what are the signs your child is suffering from anxiety?
Yeah, so a lot of times, especially if you're talking about that elementary age groups, you'll see an increase of physical symptoms or complaints. So maybe stomach aches, headaches, not being able to sleep. And sometimes difficulty separating from parents if they need to go off to school. And with some of the older students, you'll see some of those physical symptoms as well, but maybe some isolation and not wanting to come out of their room or join in with the family or friends.
And when families reach that point, parents are always looking for ways to help. Maybe we can't get an appointment with the child psychologist right away. I mean, what do we do in the meantime, and how do we reach out in this place where we don't even know where to begin, I guess?
Yeah, sure. And we're well aware that there can be a health professional shortage out there, especially in mental health. A good place to start can be with your child's pediatrician, if they're more accessible, potentially. They can do some screenings and psychoeducation. And you can also reach out to other helpful resources. So sometimes schools have recommendations for mental health there as well. So you can go ahead and connect them when the school starts. So potentially their school counselor, and deep breathing exercises and mindfulness activities are pretty accessible these days. So if there's ways to access those as well, they can be very helpful.
And Doctor, for kids who, like my 6-year-old, about to start 2nd grade, are just naturally a little anxious about starting school. They got the new teacher, the new classroom. Are their friends going to be in that class? What do you suggest to help calm them?
Sure. I think it can be really helpful to ask them, those explicit questions like, what is it exactly that you're worried about? Let's talk about how to make friends, and let's practice. What might you say to somebody if you want to start making friends? Would you introduce yourself? And most of the people, are nice people and safe people at school. So there's really nothing to worry about.
Okay. And let's flip that. What are some ways to get kids fired up, get them really excited? Like, can't wait to get back to school.
There's going to be new exciting experiences. You're going to learn so much. You may really enjoy your new teacher and your new classroom. It'll be a different schedule, all kinds of things. Change can be really fun.
And what do you say to parents like myself who have their own nerves, Dr. Taylor, about, I mean, my kids, they don't have crazy nerves. I'm probably more the nervous Nelly of the family, my poor children.
It's like we're rubbing off on them.
I know. How do you keep yourself calm with them going back to school? Any words of advice?
Sure. So one thing I will say is that oftentimes kiddos can pick up on anxiety that parents present or show to them. So if you stay calm, then they're more likely to stay calm about things. So that can be really helpful. It's just the way that you present and react to the situation and what they see there. And it can be really helpful if you show them that we will reward you when you face your fears. So if you have a good first day of school, if you try to introduce yourself to other folks, if you make sure that you're ready on time that morning, we'll go get ice cream later or something like that. But making sure that you're rewarding them for their efforts.
Yeah, a little ice cream at the end of the day.
Helps
Never hurt
everybody.
nobody.
All around.
Right. Dr. Leslie Taylor, child psychologist with UTHealth Houston. Doctor, thanks so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.